Yeah, hi Prince. Turn on your camera.
Yes,
Okay. Okay, tell me about yourself.
my name is Prince Kumar. I am from Motihari, Bihar, but currently I am staying in Hyderabad. I have completed my graduation from RGPP University, Bhopal. Then after I joined a techno identity solution and I am doing work as a software engineer. And I have done one project, Agastya. We are using the technology in this project, Spring Boot microservices and MongoDB databases. And then after I join a Overlage, and in Overlage I'm continuously doing work with the client customer issue. And then after whatever the internal development we have, so I'm doing work on that. Yeah, that's all about me.
Okay, total how many years of experience?
2.7 years I have experience.
Okay. Can you tell me about your current project?
My current project is like it's a overlays product only. So it's a product based company. So our project is like we have a like we are using the technology in our project is Spring Boot, and for database we are using the MySQL, and for the front end we are using the JSP, Servlet, or HTML, CSS, JavaScript, ThemeLib, those technology for the UI. And apart from this, we are using so many connectors, like almostly we have 100 plus connector. So we are doing work on those connectors. So like the application is like we are doing work on the data domain, and in the domain like we have a data catalog, data governance, then after we have a data quality rules. So like that we have a modules on our project. So we are doing work on that.
Okay, can you facing any issue in your current project and how to resolve this?
Mainly we are facing the issue like which is migration time. For example, we have given some client some release, and then after again we are giving some another release. So already client having some data, and again we are giving the some modify of the tables, yeah, some migrations of the tables. So like that, if you are migrating the data with the data also, so that time we are facing generally very issue. So that time we have to delete the data of the client. Again, we have to restore it. So like that, we have to face the issue generally.
Okay, so how to resolve this?
For resolving purpose, we are thinking like, for example, like we have a backup plan. So every week we are storing the doing the backup of the client data, and if data is need to be deleted to fix some particular issue, then we can delete it, and we can provide whatever the restore data we have, we are providing those data. So like that we are resolving.
Okay, what is the difference between map and collection in Java?
Okay, so like map and collection is like data structures. Okay, and we are using those like it's given the inbuilt data structures concept. Like if you want to use the linked list, if you want to use the array, if you want to use tree or map, so for that he given inbuilt data structure library. So we need no need to develop from the scratch, we can do easily.
Okay, so how to internally HashMap work?
Okay, so for HashMap we can say like internally, uh, the HashMap is storing the value as a key value pair, right? So he is storing the key as a unique, and value you can store as a duplicate also. So in HashMap, if you want to implement, you have to override the two methods, like one is hashcode and one is equals method. It is mandatory to like whatever the key you are giving, So by default, whenever you create any map, it's create one by default bucket. The bucket size is maybe the 8 or 16, and you can specify the size also. So once you create the map, you need to store the data inside the map. So whenever you store some data, so it will fetch the key, and based on the key, he will generate one hash code, and hash code he will divide it with the whatever the bucket you have those. So once it is divided, he got one index value. Based on the index, he will like specify in which bucket he want to store those particular value, and in each and every bucket having a one linked list. So through the linked list, we are storing the each and every node of the map. And like we have a already equals method, and we already have a hash code method. So again, if you want to store the value, so again we are comparing, like finding the index, and again if the same index whatever the previous value we have inserted, so then he will check like if it is equal or not. If it is equals, so like what is the difference between them, so based on that he will arrange the data as a key. So internally like that it will work.
Okay. What is difference between a string and a string buffer?
Okay, so string and string buffer, like string is a literal we can say, and string buffer is a like thread safe classes. So string is not thread safe, and the string buffer is a thread safe. Other example, like if you want to create a object of the string, we can create a two-way, and like we can create the string object like string is equal to double quote whatever the string value you want to store, you can do. So it will create the object as a literal, and those object will store in the string constant pool. Again, if you want to create an object with the string, a string is equal to new string, so like that also you can create a string object. And string buffer also you can create an object, and you can store the data, but those data are the thread safe, so only one thread will access at a time. So those are the difference. And string buffer
Okay.
having so many methods, so you can utilize those methods.
Okay. So how to make our class thread safe?
Like if you want to make class as a thread set, no, we can make a method or some particular resources as a thread set.
Yes. Yes.
Through the synchronized keyword you can use to make our method as a thread safe. And inside the method, whatever the resources we have, like array list or linked list, whatever, so we can provide the restrictions through the synchronized keyword so that he will access at the same time. Or also we can do like if you have multiple threads and you want to manage the synchronization, then we have to use like wait, notify, and sleep method in the thread class. So the basic Java, like given the thread, everything method. So through that we can handle it through this method, sleep and wait and notify.
Okay. Can you share your screen?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you one question,
Okay.
and can you please check in chat?
My screen is shared.
Yeah, inside your chat box.
Okay. Program to find the frequency of the characters. Okay. So we have input A, B, C. Those are the string, and I need to find the frequency of the characters, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to use the Eclipse ID here.
Okay.
So before going to do, okay, so I need to find the frequency of each characters. So right now I'm going to do the hard code, but if you want to do like taking the data from the users so we can take through the scanners. So I'm not going to write those
No,
parts.
no, 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 no. You do hardcore. No need to
Okay.
scanner.
Okay, so for that, yeah, I will write one for loop I less than equal to s dot length. Okay, and I will take one map. So map is nothing but it will store character, comma, integers. Then I will write like if map dot contains key of s dot caret of I. If it is already there, then I will increment the like whatever the map having a value, I will increment. And if it is not there, then I will just put inside the map. So map dot put, and I will use this one put s dot caret of I. So better to do like take the character here, here ch is nothing, and ch equal to s dot caret of I. And everywhere I will replace with the ch. So I will store those characters. Why it's giving the error? Invalid character constant. Oh my god. Okay, and here I will store one. If it is storing the first time here, and it is not first time, then I will check if it is containing. Then I will put map dot put key as a same thing ch, but value I will update it. So how can I update the value? I will use map dot get of ch plus 1. So I will increment the value with 1. And once it is done, Then I can come out from the loop, and here I will print the map. So as out, I will print the map. So it will display the frequency of the characters. Yeah, A is 1 and B is 2 and C is 3. If I give some more value like D, C, B, A again, and I will save and I will run it. So A is 4 times, B is 3 times, C is 2 times, and D is 1 times. Yeah, it's giving the correct answer. Sorry.
Okay, so do you know Java at new feature?
Yes, I know.
Okay, explain it.
Java it features.
Yes,
Yeah, in Java it features having a Lambda expression, functional interface, Stream API, and apart from this, we have like string joiner, try with resources, and some optional classes. So like that, so many enhancement is happening in Java 8. But the main thing is like a Stream API, functional interface, Lambda expression, and a string joiner. Those are the very important. Sorry.
I'll share your question inside your chat box. Check it.
Okay. Just, just write a program to generate the largest number possible using this digits. So we have this array. This is the array only. So output is largest number. So 8, 7, 6, 6, 4, 4, 2, 0. Okay. So what I will do is like I have this array. Okay. So
Yes,
what I will do is I will sort this array. So once I will sort this array, it will arrange like that. In descending order, I will sort.
yes, yes,
And then after, I will store this in one string value. I will concatenate with the string and then I can print it. Okay.
yes.
I'm going to do it. So main and inside the main method, simply I will write one array. And this is the array. So this array I want to do with the stream. So okay. I will do the like simple way. So for that, I will take the one loop. So int I equal to 0. I less than array dot length and I plus plus. I will take one more loop for int j equal to I plus 1 and j less than array dot length j plus plus if array of I less than array of j, then int temp array of I equal to array of j and array of j equal to temp. So I have to done the sorting as a descending orders. So this is the loop. It's close here. I will print here. So if I print here, it will display me the value, and then after simply I will run one for loop int I equal to 0, I less than equal to array dot length and I plus plus. Okay. Or simply you can replace it also. So I will take one string as a result. Okay. And here I will iterate and I will store inside the result. So result equal to result plus array of I. And finally, I will print it as out result.
Okay, executed.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, explain some of the functional interface which are used in Java.
Sorry.
Explain some of the functional interface which are used in Java.
Okay. So functional interface like we have a functional interface like what we call runnable class. It's a functional interface, and we have another class called comparator and comparable. So those are the functional interface class. It's like the class having only one method and which is abstract, and the whatever the interface we have created which is annotated with the help of at the rate function interface, then we can say those are the function interface class.
Okay, what is consumer?
Sorry.
What is consumer in Java 8?
Okay, so consumer and Producer is like the API who only consuming the data. He will not produce the data. So we can say those are the consumer. For example, we have some method and he reading the data only, he not giving any output based on those data. So we can say those
Okay.
are the consumer. Those are not producer.
Okay. What is difference between function and predicate?
Function and predicate.
Yes.
So like predicate like in Stream API we have a like functional uh, interface. So we are using and predicate also. So predicate means like we have some function which is predicting like how much possible value is happen. Like filter is we can say those are the predicate and map, sort, max, mean, sorted. Those are we can say functional. So those are giving some value. And predicate means like average and like filters. We can say those are the predicate. We can predicate it.
Okay. In Java 8, what do you mean by string?
Sorry,
In Java 8, what do you mean by strings?
what do you mean by a stream?
Yes, strings. Strings API, strings.
Okay, stream is nothing but like the flow of data that is called a stream. So if you have a like bulk amount of data and we are doing operation on that, so we can say those are the stream of the data. So stream is doing work on like whatever the collections and array we have. So in doing like a list of the value operations only. So those are the streams.
Okay. What is method reference in Java?
Method,
Reference.
method reference. I don't know.
Okay. Do you know Spring Boot?
Yes.
Okay. What is key component of Spring Boot?
Key component like we can say Spring Boot having any sliders, Spring Boot tools, and Spring CLI and actuators. So those are the key component of the Spring Boot.
Okay. What is actuator in Spring Boot?
Sorry.
What is actuator in Spring Boot?
Actuator is like if you don't want to disturb your running API and you want to get information about it, then you can use that time like actuator dependency you can add in project and you can check your API health and logs. Also you can see like your API is up or not, it's running or not, how many requests is coming, you able to serve or not, what is the performance of your API. So those kind of the information you can read from the actuator.
Okay. Okay. What is advantage of Spring Boot?
Advantage of a Spring Boot like the like you don't want to do more configurations. So if you want to do, if you want to develop a project very fast, so you can go with the Spring Boot. No need to configure so many things, you can just add the dependency, it's auto configurable. So like in the main class we have a Spring Boot annotations and at the rate configuration, at the rate configuration component is scans. So those kind of the in annotation we have, so he dynamically read all those classes which is available in our API dependency and he will create a bin for that. So there is no configurations involved in a Spring Boot application. In a Spring Boot application
Okay.
given the inbuilt Tomcat so that you no need to install the external Tomcat and you can configure it. So these are the very fast.
Okay. Okay. How to create custom exception in a Spring Boot?
Creating a custom exception, like we can create our own one class, like class custom exception and extend exception class, and inside the class we can create one constructors and parameterize constructor, and we can take the message, and we can create one method for the get the message. So like that we can create.
Okay. What is Eureka server?
Eureka server. So like if you want to develop a Spring Boot microservices application, so that time Eureka server is needed. For example, we have a like 4 or 5 modules of your project, and we have created separate microservices, and those microservices are deployed and some other port numbers on another servers or machines, and you want to configure in the one, like you want to centralize all those in one place, then you can use
Okay.
the Eureka server to configure all those services in one Eureka servers. So easy to maintain
Okay.
from one point.
Okay. And what do you mean in API gateway?
API gateway.
Yes.
Yeah. API gateway is like it's helping when you go through the Spring Boot microservices application. So, for example, you have a multiple microservices, and those are deployed on the multiple servers or the multiple machines, multiple port numbers. So that time doing a authentication is very hard, or provide some authentication for the all the JPI is very difficult to maintain it. So for that, we are creating one API gateway which is responsible to give only one endpoint for all those microservices. So internally having a multiple microservices, but we are creating a one gate for it. Gate means nothing but API gateway. So we can create one API gateway, and we can configure all those microservices in API gateway, so that request will come from the UI, or anybody can do the request. So it will come first to the API gateway. We can validate this user is valid or not. So then after we can send the request based on the microservices.
Okay. Okay. Database.
Yes.
Okay. What is the difference between delete and truncate command?
Okay. So through the delete, we can delete some particular data, but through the truncate, we can delete the entire data of the applications. So those are the
Okay.
difference.
Okay. And in a Spring Boot, how we can create the object? Which annotation we will use
Sorry,
for creating object in a Spring Boot? Which annotation we use?
which annotations? So like we are using so many
Yes.
annotations, like a Spring Boot application annotation, and we are using the @configuration, component scan, controller, rest controller, get mapping,
No, no,
post map.
no. For creating object purpose.
Okay.
Suppose
So,
I have two class, so I want to create the object of that class. So which
okay.
annotation here we use?
So for creating a object, we are using the auto add, @bean, or lazy, or
Yes, yes,
qualifier.
yes.
Those
Okay,
annotations.
okay, 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 Prince. I have done from my side. Do you have any question?
No, it's fine.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Prince. Okay,
Thank you.
HR will call you. Okay.
Okay.